On today's episode on the Racing 57 Diecast and Unboxing Review channel, I have a NASCAR diecast from Mattel of Hot Wheels Racing. It is the Tide Downey number 32 car from 2001. This pack only includes the number 32 Tide car in the NASCAR Winston Cup season from 2001. And from the look of the package, you've got a lot of the Tide pit crew members, which go over the wall to service the car. And of course, some clips of the Tide car. On the back of the package, you can see a crew member, the engine, and of course, part of the car from the inside of the driver's view when it's being serviced on pit road. And one thing that's interesting about this package is that I'm going to bring it closer for you all to see, is all the technical data of the 32 Tide car. It's a 2001 Ford Taurus. It gives you the exterior of the car, like its inches of wheelbase width, height, track, and ground clearance, and of course the weight. The chassis, all information about the chassis. The engine, it's from Robert Yates Racing, and of course more about how much power it delivers to the car, the type of transmission, and its capacities like fuel system, oil system, and cooling system. And of course on the side you've got all these licensing logos that help produce this car, of course from Tide and Downey, and of course from Hot Wheel and from Ford as well, and Goodyear, to help make this car possible and to make it look realistic. Here's the 1/64 scale version of the 32 Tide car from 2001 during the NASCAR 2001 season. Now, even though I will move this car up closer, the name tag says Scott Pruitt when I observed the car at first, but essentially Ricky Craven did drive the 32 car during 2001 until, I'm not sure when he left it, but I did know that the 2001 Tide car from the 32 paint scheme remained the same up until 2006 when it was last seen. And it was driven by a lot of drivers after Ricky Craven, like Bobby Hamilton and Travis Kvapil did drive the 32 car. So this paint scheme is pretty recognizable, especially that it was one of the cars that won in the closest finish in NASCAR history. Well, one of the closest finishes in NASCAR history, which is 2003 at Darlington with Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch. And Ricky Craven did win that race. So with the Tide car, it's got pretty much the same as just like the previous Tide cars that NASCAR had, with orange at the front, this yellow line, and mostly white at the end. And on the back of the car, it's just orange with Tide, the Tide logo, and the Tide lettering. Of course, you got number 32 on the taillights and at the headlights as well, in the Ford Taurus body. Now, the number is 32 in a blue number 32 with the yellow outline. And on the other side, it's pretty much the same thing, orange at front, yellow, and then white. And what's interesting about the hood is that you got two different arches. One is turning one way and the other one the other, essentially like bands turning in other directions. It has Kenmore, another sponsor of the 32 car. Tide Downey, essentially Downey is associated with Tide. PPG. This car was essentially racing for Robert Yates Racing. Hang on, I'm gonna take a look back at the package of the team. The engine type was Robert Yates Racing, although I wasn't sure what team the 32 Tide card was in. But a lot of people in NASCAR essentially know of the Tide paint scheme. They obviously know the classic orange, the yellow, and the white. And a lot of people will recognize the 32 car from that closest finish at Darlington in 2003. That was a 360 view of the number 32 Tide car in 2001, which will essentially wrap up today's episode on the Racing 57 Diecast unboxing review of the number 32 Tide car that was ran in 2001 in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Thanks for watching.